God is with you in your suffering, and He will rescue you. Hey, I'm Dylan, and you're listening to Unlocked, your daily key to unlocking God's Word in your life. Have you been in a traumatic situation that you needed rescue from? Or maybe you're in one right now? God sees you where you're at, and if you're one of His people, He's there to comfort you, protect you, and guide you. Our story today is about a rescue too. It's called Rescue Part 1 by Savannah Coleman. Sunlight cascaded through green leaves as I descended the stairs at one of my favorite parks off the shores of Lake Michigan. Suddenly, a furry flash of orange and white darted underneath the steps in front of me. Getting on my hands and knees, I peered into the darkness of the stairs to find a pair of large green eyes staring back at me. From the looks of it, this cat had been living under these stairs for a long time. Fur was everywhere. There seemed to be a permanent indentation in the dirt where he slept. My heart broke for this cat, who looked like a miniature lion, his eyes full of fear. Over the months to come, I made phone calls to people who might be able to help, attempted to cultivate a relationship with the cat, and brought him food and water. Because of the park's rules, I couldn't bring in a live trap, and no one I talked to was compelled to help. One day, after pouring my heart and frustrations out to a close friend, she offered to help me try to rescue him. As we hiked out to him, loaded up with tuna, a blanket, and a cage, we prayed that God would help us and that this sweet cat would come out of the darkness of his lonely home and into the light. Reaching our destination, we were delighted to find him sitting on the stairs waiting for us. This was the first time I had seen him out of his hiding place since the day I found him. Instead of hiding or claws, the cat I originally thought was feral allowed us to put him in the cage with very little struggle. When I brought him to the local no-kill shelter the next day, the staff at the shelter kindly kept the name I had been calling him. In the following weeks, Marmalade was vaccinated, fixed, and estimated to be around 7 years old. No one had claimed him, even though we had posted his picture on various sites, but I continued to pray for a loving home for him where he would thrive. So let's get into this a little deeper. Have you ever been part of a rescue, either for a person or an animal? Perhaps you were the one who was rescued out of a traumatic situation. Psalm 91 is about God being our shelter and fortress. It paints a beautiful picture of God covering us with His feathers. We find the refuge we seek beneath His wings. When we call on Jesus, He will answer us. Deliverance may not always come in the way we expect, but He is always with us and for us. Just as Marmalade came out of the darkness into the light, God calls us out of darkness into His wonderful light. We are chosen, called, and fully loved by our merciful God. Now, as you and I can read in 1 Peter 2:9, God called you out of the darkness into His wonderful light. And I'd encourage you to dig a little bit deeper and read Psalm 91, 1 Peter 2:9 through 10, and 1 Peter 2:24 and 25 to keep God's Word alive in your life. Unlocked is a resource from Keys for Kids Ministries. And don't forget, you can pick up some Unlocked merch. There's t-shirts, water bottles, or beanies, and these are kind of a way you can share Unlocked when you wear them or use them out and about. Just tap the store icon at the bottom of the Unlocked app or go to shop.keysforkids.org. Come back for tomorrow's devotional with me, continuing the saga of Marmalade the cat. But until then, I'm Dylan, encouraging you to live life unlocked, opening the door to God in your life.